Let me show you something.
Welcome back to the channel. It's me, Finn.
It's me, Akasha.
Hope everyone is doing well. Culture Clash family, we are back with another video that was requested many times after we did the Chris Rock Will Smith, which was not only brilliant, but also we just had a lot of viewers and obviously it was the most talked
of course
about thing.
because of the
So everyone at the time was like, you've got to do Meghan Markle, you've got to do Meghan Markle. And I thought that would be a good little added thing, you know, with the Britishness.
I'm assuming Chris Rock does a bit on her.
He must do a bit on her. So
Okay.
I found the clip. We genuinely have not seen this, including myself. We still haven't got round to watching the whole special, which we really need to.
It's because we're never together. The only time we're together is when we're doing this.
I work
Genuinely.
nights, she works days.
We work opposites.
Honestly, I hardly ever see you, babe. That's probably why we're so happy.
It's like
oh my god, that's why we're so
bonding
happy.
time.
Anyway, should we just get into it? I got a feeling I know where he's gonna go, but we'll discuss it.
I
at
got
the
a
end.
feeling it's gonna be a banger.
It's just Chris Rock. Of course, it's gonna be a banger, but
Yeah.
there'll be something to say at the end. Well, we'll definitely have something to say. All right, let's do it.
Trying to be a victim. Like, what's this girl, Meghan Markle? Ah, seemed like a nice lady. Just complaining. I was like, didn't she hit the light skin lottery? Hit the fucking light skin lottery and still going on complaining. Acting all dumb like she don't know nothing. Going on Oprah, I didn't know. I had no idea how racist they were. It's the royal family. You didn't
True,
Google
though.
these motherfuckers? What the fuck is she talking about? She didn't know. The fuck? It's the royal family. They're the original racists.
True.
They invented colonialism.
Right.
They're the OGs of racism. They're the Sugar Hill gang of racism. Like the hip hop, the hibbit, the hibby hip hip hop, and you don't stop of racism. The fuck is she talking about? I didn't know. That's like marrying into the Budweiser family and going, they drink a lot.
True.
The fuck is she talking about? This motherfucker's invested in slavery like it was Shark Tank.
Yo.
Damn.
The fuck? They're so racist, they're so racist. Some of that shit she went through was not racism. It was just some in-law shit. Sometimes it's just some in-law shit.
Kind of right.
She's complaining. I'm like, what the fuck is she talking about? No, they're so racist. They wanted to know how brown the baby was gonna be. They're so racist. They wanted to know how brown the baby's gonna be. I'm like, that's not racist. Cause even black people wanna know. How brown the baby gonna be? Shit. We check behind them ears. That's a scientific test. Because you got to see what kind of black child you gonna get. Is this a Steph Curry baby? Or a Draymond Green baby? That Draymond baby gonna have a hard life. Draymond black baby. That nigga dark. He sneak up on you black.
Chris Rock does not give
Where
a
you
fuck.
at, Draymond? Right here. Hey! Hey! Put a bell on, nigga, put a bell.
I know.
Put a bell on. That's terrible.
I know what she going through. I know what Meghan Markle's going through. I know her dilemma. Black girl trying to be accepted by her white in-laws. Oh, it's hard. Black girl trying to be accepted by her white in-laws. It's so hard. It's very hard. But it ain't as hard as a white girl trying to be accepted by her black in-laws. Now that shit is really hard. Shit, you bring a white girl home for Thanksgiving, your mama gonna say something. Your mama's like, why is there a social worker at the table? Like, mama, that's Jackie. We've been married 9 years. You got 3 grandchildren. Stop being so mean. You know I'm playing, right, Jackie? Just give me time, give me time. Nah. Meghan Markle, I know the dilemma. Black girl trying to be accepted by her white in-laws. Black girl trying to be accepted by her white in-laws. I'm like, hey, if you black and you want to be accepted by your white in-laws, then you need to marry a Kardashian.
All right, the brilliant Chris Rock there dismantling Meghan Markle.
Yeah.
Again, as same as the Will Smith, he probably could have even gone harder, couldn't he? Because I was actually expecting him to do it more about like her as opposed to just the whole race aspect of it. But what do you think of her? I'll let you go first before I.
So he was about to say I'll go first because you'll go on a tangent.
Well, I mean, go on.
I don't.
What do you think?
I'll be honest with you. I don't have a strong opinion.
Sure.
Just
So
to be completely straight up.
I know, because you're basically what I like to call a normal human being who's quite relaxed and level. I'm one of those like psychos.
Because
that goes, "This bitch."
I can't figure her out.
You can't figure her out.
Do you know what I mean? Because we started watching a little bit of that. The Netflix was it on Netflix?
The documentary.
Oh, about the two of them and
Yeah.
their relationship. And at first, I was like, yeah, I don't see. But then as it started to go on, I just think things are a little bit too put on sometimes with her.
By her.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, baby.
Yeah. Like I think they're just put on, a little. She's laying it on thick sometimes.
Yeah, she is. And
I say that I still don't have a strong opinion about her. I'm not like,
Right.
oh my god, I can't stand her, or oh my god, I love her. I'm just kind of like, something's off about her, but I don't know if it's as off as everybody makes it.
Right.
But probably.
Okay. Well,
Probably.
I can't stand her.
I know you can't.
Because, and here's why. First, remember I told you this rule? If there's any young men watching this right now, or even older men, actresses, anybody I've ever met who's an actress is trouble. They are all trouble. I can't remember which podcast I was watching. It might have been Joe Rogan or something. They're like, people who can just cry on demand. That's not right. Like if you can just start crying, somebody goes, and action. Like
Okay.
there's a disconnect immediately that somebody can just, if they can just cry on demand, what else can they do? Or like what is real and what's not? And especially if they're good actresses. And to be fair to her, she was on Suits, which was a pretty successful show. So she must be able to do some kind of acting. Now, here's the thing, is that's the first thing. As far as, I mean, I can speak from an English point of view. Prince Harry. Now.
Well, that's the thing as well. I'm not super familiar with the royal family.
Right.
And I'm sure the Brits obviously are more than
Right.
I am, so they would have a stronger opinion about her.
Well, I'll tell you what I think of Prince Harry. Prince Harry is probably the only one that is like half human being. Actually has some like human being tendency.
Yeah.
The rest of them are robots. I mean, I don't know if there's any royalists watching. I'm the opposite of a royalist. It's weird. The whole thing's weird. Like, it's just some people who were the children of some people who were the children of some people who were supposed to idolize, and then people who like.
Do they have any actual say in anything, or is it just kind of for show at this
Not
point?
really.
Do you know what I mean?
It's for show.
Or do they make they are the face of the decisions, but it's not their decisions? Do you know what I mean?
They're not even the face of the
Okay, I
decisions.
didn't know how it worked. Like,
But they do definitely have a lot of pull in the underground world, if you like not on a political level. They don't have any kind of, but they own a lot of the land, and they're still not to be fucked with in any way, shape, or form. It's not like they just gave up all that power,
Of course,
how many
yeah.
100 years ago, and just went, okay, we're cool with just being. No, there'll be some stipulations to it, but them in general, it's just so outdated. It's so outdated. It just doesn't make any sense. And when people, and then there's like all these idiot royalists are like, well, they bring in lots of tourism. I'm like, as if like the UK has nothing to offer but the royal bloody family. It's like, oh well, we're never going to Portugal ever again because they haven't got a royal family. It's like, no, there's lovely things in Portugal to go to or whatever. I'm just using Portugal as an example. Britain's got plenty. Okay, we
Yeah.
don't need the royal family or whatever, but there's always these people who, like, you know, they're finding reasons to keep them there. And it's just because they're just like the privileged of privileged. They haven't lived lives like me and you. They've literally had their ass wiped from the day they were born.
I think about that. I think about people, for example, like that come, especially, I guess they would be the ultimate, that from the time, all they know, because it just continues generations, all they know is a life of privilege, and everyone's just...
They have no idea
Yeah.
what it means to even like properly go to school or properly get into sports.
I
or
honestly
properly
feel
get
like how you
university.
would, I might be taking it a bit far, but how you would even interact with normal people, like normal middle class people. Like how would you sit down? Like, what do you have in common with those people?
Zero.
I know people say everyone's human, which everyone is human, but like I do think they're from that's an extreme.
They're literally aliens.
Yeah.
And you can see it, and I don't want to like start like really having to go, but even them like everything, they're just robots, and they've got people, they've got anyone. Even that's why I find like celebrities like ugh sometimes, because anyone who needs a publicist, anyone who needs someone to tell them how to behave or how to talk, it's just mental
I
to me.
think that's more. I'm not talking about the royal family, but what you're saying, I think that's more because you do have, like, it's like, not to get off on a tangent, but even celebrities, you have a career. You know, if everything that we
Right.
said was scrutinized and taken, and sometimes you do need someone to regulate what you're saying. Do you know what I mean?
I don't agree with it, just because like I don't think you need it. I think it's because you want to stay in the club, as I call it, and the club have some rules, and the rules are that you can't have any kind of opinions outside of the club. That's why Hollywood is the way it is.
No, but even like, for example, people in Hollywood, like, who was it, Chris Rock, where like some racist tweet came up from like years and years and years
Right.
ago. That's why you need a publicist.
No, because
to, like, handle things like that.
No, because if Chris Rock had a publicist, he would not be funny ever. Do you think any of these jokes would be allowed on stage if Chris Rock had a publicist? Never in a million.
No,
There
but
would be no
that's
such thing
that's
as comedy.
no, but that's in context. That's his job, is to be a comedian, to be funny. But when your entire life, when you get off stage and it's just you said this in your everyday life in a different context, that's different. Like, how would you even begin when everyone's coming at you and you're getting death threats and all these things, and the media's coming at you and you can't walk outside? That's why you need a team when you're of that magnitude.
Well, I mean, I obviously, I respectfully disagree. I just think that, like, if you need a team,
I mean,
it's
I think it's all
because
dumb, but
you
I'm
want to
just
stay
saying.
in the club. That's what it is. It's nothing to do with, you know, with it, because no one's saying anything particularly outrageous. No one's saying anything particularly absolutely off the charts. It's just that we live in this world of like advertisers and what they want and the clean cut and family friend. Anyway, we're going off on a tangent. Let's get quickly back to Meghan Markle. The issue I have with her is, as Chris Rock said, like, I didn't know, like, oh my god, I'm marrying a prince. Why am I getting all of this attention? And even after they left the royal family, you know, book deals and Netflix deals and podcast deals, and you know, it's just her thing was like all actresses, is to be famous, and now she is guaranteed fame for the rest of her life. She's not stupid. Let's put it clear. If he was an electrician, there'd be no chance in hell
Of course
they
that
would ever
yeah.
be together. And by the way, that's the reason why he kind of like is in her grasp, because at the end of the day, even though he's a prince or whatever a prince is, he's actually just like an average looking ginger kid from whatever. And she's like, she is beautiful and, you know, exotic looking, and, you know, and all this. Like, he still just sees her as like a boy meets girl. Do you know what I mean? So he thinks like, you know, the
I think that's when when we started, we never finished it, obviously. Honestly, I lost interest, but the documentary on Netflix.
I did as well, because it was annoying me.
Yeah, I just lost interest, but that's what started to kind of turn about her, was when it was, at first it was just, oh, you know, it was so normal, we just met and it was just so normal and it was so natural, all these things. And then when it came out in the public, it just became so like, what the fuck did you think was gonna happen? That's when she started,
knew exactly what was gonna happen.
and then I was like, okay, well, maybe
She's
like,
ridiculous.
girl, come on.
And they keep going on
what the
about her
hell?
race, but to me, she just looked like she was a little exotic. She didn't even seem
I didn't
black.
even know she was black.
I
You know.
didn't.
I thought
she could have
maybe
easily
she
been
had-
Hispanic or Middle Eastern or
looking
Turkish.
at her, I literally thought she was like I thought she was Hispanic because she just had like a darker skin tone. Not even necessarily, maybe just like a darker skin tone for like, I don't know. But I mean, I guess everybody, you're mixed, but you're super white.
I guess I'm
so.
mixed, yeah. The only, again, we could talk about this for hours, but the only credit I will give Harry, because like I say, he's the only one that has some kind of human tendencies, because William is a robot. He's ready to be king
That's
tomorrow.
what I've heard. I've heard
Oh,
that.
he's a robot, and so is his wife, and just their boring faces. Anyway, I think, and this is, I better be careful now how I say this, but I think that Harry, deep down in his soul, whether he knows something on the inside or whether he's been told something, or maybe he's just got a brain for himself.
Yeah.
But I think he knows they did what they did to his mother. Mm-hmm. And so work it out for yourselves. Oh, he's got his tinfoil hat on. Yeah, I've got my tinfoil hat on. That poor lady. Now, she's someone everyone loved, and for the right reasons, by the way. And I think that his human side came out like, hang on a second, that was my mum.
Yeah.
Like, are you fucking kidding me?
Yeah.
And I'm not talking about, by the way, the stuff like, oh, the paparazzi and all that other shit. No, I'm talking about, I think he knows what happened to his mum.
Yeah.
And he can never forgive them, and that's why he left her all. And I think that she just helped him.
It was just like the push he needed.
It was the push that he needed. So I will give her some credit for that, but I don't think that was like her plan was for his sake. I think it was all just a big selfish plot. She's famous forever now. She'll never have to work a day in her life, really.
Yeah, obviously, yeah. Damn girl.
Damn. I don't know. And she just comes across so disingenuous. Like, she just comes across so fake. Mm-hmm. And like, when we just met, it was just sparkles. And it's just like, shut the fuck up, wanker. Like, just, people don't even talk like that in real life, but it's actresses who have like read so many scripts and like, Hollywood.
That they think that's what
humans, that's how me and you talk to each other. Yeah. Like, they're so out of touch, man.
Do you think there's a bit of Harry as well that like kind of yearned for like a normal girl because of everything that's happened?
I think so, probably.
Do you know what I mean?
Probably, yeah. And I
mean, I know she was an actress, but not on like a large scale.
But like Kate,
I know she was
girl.
In Suits, but she was also in freaking Deal or No Deal opening the cases.
Right. And I think she was also divorced beforehand as well.
Yeah, she was married
and all that
before.
Kind of stuff. Whereas like Kate, for example, was already like groomed for William since he was like 15. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So yeah, he didn't go down that route. But I just wonder if he was first in line. Because he was never really going to be king. He never really had a chance, like mathematically, I'm talking. So I wonder if they would have allowed him to live the way he lived if he was going to be next in line. If you know what I mean by allowed him to live the way he lived. Because maybe he would have just got randomly sick. Who knows? Anyway. Anyway. Yeah, we could talk about this for hours.
Again, I'm not super educated on it. I just look at it from a outsider's point of view of just
someone. I mean, I'm not educated on it. I'm just...
I just know the basics. Like,
right.
I know the basics of the dynamics. And then, so I said, okay, let's watch the documentary and see. And I was like, oh, okay, like, I don't know, like, and then when she started talking, like you said, about the whole, it was just magical, but it just came out and everyone was so mean. And I'm like,
crazy. And I was
like, girl, you should be prepared for that. He's a prince.
Dickhead. What an idiot.
I don't know.
Any last thoughts, sweetheart?
No. I also really like Chris Rock, by the way.
Who
as a
doesn't?
comedian.
Legend.
Yeah, he's
Absolute
so good.
Legend. In the top 5 of all time ever. Mm-hmm. Love Chris. Anyway, any last thoughts now?
No.
Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Sorry we went on and on there. We could have went on for ages. I could probably go on for a bit longer. But anyway. Follow
Check us out
also
at Instagram and Culture Clash Reactions.
That's right. Always a pleasure. Never a chore. Until next time. See you all later.